Welcome back class to the news of 27th May from the newspaper The Hindu, and if you are preparing for any government examination you can visit our website isbio.com or exammap.com, or you can contact us on our WhatsApp number. So let's start. First topic is Lakshadweep Development Authority. So Lakshadweep Administrator Prafull Khoda Patel is facing opposition from the people of Union Territory and politicians over the policies introduced by him since his appointment in December 2020. So the regulations in the policies include the draft Lakshadweep Development Authority Regulation 2021, which gives the administrator power to remove or relocate the islanders from their property or town planning or any developmental activity, and the provision for Anti-Social Activities Act introduced in January 2021, under which a person can be detained without any public disclosure for a period of 1 year, and the draft Panchayat notification where a member with more than 2 children is disqualified from being a member. So these 3 points are the issues for the public. So what are the issues with the recently created Lakshadweep Development Authority? So LDA has created with extensive powers including eviction of landowners. In the light slide we have seen that that is known as islanders, and this is widely read as having been pushed by real estate lobby and against the interest of islanders, and it is because the legislation wastes extensive powers with the authority, so allowing it to prepare comprehensive development plans for any area and relocate people. So the appointment role and significance of the administrator, that is Patel, was made administrator of Lakshadweep in December 2020, and he was appointed as the administrator in a departure from the earlier practice of appointing only IS officers to the post, and the position of administration appointed by the President of India is important for any union territory because the person becomes in charge of all functions in the area and acts on the behalf of President. Next topic is Belarus. So Belarus is a landlocked country in Eastern Europe, and it is bordered by Russia, Ukraine, Poland, Lithuania and Latvia. So these 5 countries are shared the boundaries with the Belarus. First one is Russia, second one is Ukraine, third one is Poland, fourth one is Lithuania, fifth one is Latvia. And Minsk is the capital and largest city of Belarus, and in the aftermath of Russian Revolution in 1917, Belarusian SSR became a founding constituent republic of Soviet Union in 2022, and during the dissolution of Soviet Union, Belarus declared independence in 1991. So in 2000, Belarus and Russia signed a treaty for a greater cooperation, forming the Union state, and it has shown no aspirations for joining the European Union. So Alexander Lukashenko was elected Belarus' first president in the country's first and only free election post independence, serving as the president ever since. Next topic is Nidhi. So recently Ministry of Health and Family Welfare has unveiled cool PPE kits for corona warriors developed under the National Initiative for Developing and Harnessing Innovation, that is Nidhi. And the concept of cool PPE kits for corona warriors is that it is named as Cove Tech, developed by a student innovator Nihal Singh Adarsh from the Mumbai, and it is a compact and frugal innovation which is ventilation system for PPE kits, and it takes surrounding air, filters it and pushes it into PPE suit. So the design of the ventilation system ensures a complete air seal from PPE kit, and it provides a breeze of fresh air to the user in the gap of just 100 seconds, and the Cove Tech ventilation system became a reality, which is thanks to rupees 10 lakh grant for prototype development and product innovation, and the innovator received the funding from the Nidhis promoting and accelerating young and aspiring technology entrepreneurship, that is Prayas. So about Nidhi, it is an umbrella program which is under the Department of Science and Technology, and it aimed at nurturing ideas and innovation into successful startups, and the objectives are to take forward student innovations in IEDC, a new generation program, to commercialization state, and to promote student startups and to accelerate journey of idea to prototype by providing initial funding assistance. Next topic is CDOM, that is colored dissolved organic matter. So it is interchangeably known as chromomorphic dissolved oxygen matter, or colored dissolved oxygen matter, and it cover the parameter that can be measured in aquatic environments as a product of decaying material. So it is largely a subset of DOM, that is dissolved organic matter, or the decay releases organic substances also called tannins that stain waters and have effects on light absorption and other aspects of water quality. So it is closely related to fluorescent dissolved oxygen organic matter, that is FDOM, and refers to the fraction of colored dissolved organic matter, that is fluorescence. So it contributes to the light absorption and may also help fuel bacterial respiration because of the large quantities of carbon, nitrogen and phosphorus that it carries. So what is dissolved organic matter? It is the largest reservoir of organic carbon in the aquatic environment, and it greatly influenced by land use, which can ramp up or diminish organic matter loads to waterways, and the forested lands can contribute more dissolved organic matter than agricultural lands, but the nutrients bound in the material can be less bioavailable than them from the farm fields. So the organic matter in the waterways can be viewed as a mixture of things living and dead, including plant, microbial and animal products at various stages of decomposition. Next topic is Swami. So the residential project, that is Rivali Park in suburban Mumbai, is the first housing project in India to have received funding under the Swami Fund. So what is Swami Fund? It was launched by Sita Raman in November 2019, and Swami Investment Fund has been formed to complete construction of stalled, RERA registered affordable and mid-income category housing projects which are stuck due to paucity of funds. So it provides funding to that which are stuck due to the paucity of the funds, and the fund was set up as category second alternate investment fund and registered with the SEBI. So the question is, Swami Fund is registered with which? That is SEBI, and the investment manager of fund is SBI Cap Ventures. So the investment manager of Swami Fund is under the SBI Cap Ventures, which is a wholly owned subsidiary of SBI Capital Markets, which in turn wholly owned or subsidiary of the State Banks of India. So the sponsor of the fund is Secretary under Department of Economic Affairs, Ministry of Finance. So who will be the investors of the fund? Alternate investment fund created or funded under the special window, which solicit investment into fund from the government and other private investors, including cash-rich financial institutions, sovereign wealth funds, public and private banks, and domestic pensions and provident funds, and global pension funds and other institutional investors. Next topic is Shahi Lychee. So it is a variety of lychee that is grown in Muzaffarpur, that has high pulp and is juicer compared to the lychee grown in the other parts of country. It need humid condition and alluvial soil having fairly good amount of calcium contained in Muzaffarpur, Darbhanga and nearby areas proved ideal for lychee cultivation in Bihar. So India is the second largest producer of lychee in the world after China. Second largest producer after China, and Bihar is the leading state for lychee production in the country, and the production is mostly organic. So it was accorded geographical indication, that is GI tag recognition in 2018, and lychee is most commonly blamed for the acute encephalitis syndrome AES outbreak in Bihar. So the reason behind for acute encephalitis syndrome is claimed to the lychee in the Bihar. And however, experts are of the view that the fruit is only a triggering factor for malnourished children, as the toxin methylene xylopropyl glycine and can lead to hypoglycemia, that is fall in sugar levels, and undernourished children, that in turn results into unconsciousness, coma or even death. So what is this acute encephalitis syndrome? It is a basket term used for referring to hospital children with clinical neurological manifestations which include mental confusion, disorientation, convulsion, delirium or coma. Next topic is one stop center scheme. So it is centrally sponsored scheme. Centrally sponsored means this contribution also from the states and the union territories, and it is under the Ministry of Women and Child Development for addressing the problem of violence against women. So it is a sub scheme of umbrella scheme for National Mission for Empowerment of Women, including Indira Gandhi Matritva Sahyog Yojana, and it will establish across the country to provide integrated support and assistance under one roof to women affected by violence both in private and public spaces. So the scheme is funded through Nirbhaya Fund, and central government provides 100% financial assistance to the states and union territories administrators. Audit will be done as per Comptroller and Auditor General of India, that is CAG, and social audit will be undertaken by civil society groups, and it will be integrated with women helplines to provide following services, that is emergency response and rescue services, medical assistance, assistance to women in lodging the FIR, psychosocial support and counseling, legal aid and counseling, shelter and video conferencing facility. Next topic is Eklavya Model Residential Schools. So Eklavya Model Residential Schools started in year 1997 to 1998 to impart quality education to ST children in remote areas. So the school focused not only on academic education but on all round development of students, and the objective of it to provide quality middle and high level education to scheduled tribe and students in remote areas, not only able to them to avail of reservation in high end professional educational courses and as jobs in government and public and private sectors, but also to have access to the best opportunities in education at par with the non-ST population. So each school has the capacity of 480 students, catering to students from class 6 to 12th, and these are being set up by the grants provided under Article 275(1) of the Constitution, and these are funded by the Ministry of Tribal Affairs, and it ordered to give further impetus to EMRS, and it had been decided that the year 2020 every block with more than 50% ST population and at least 20,000 tribal persons will have an EMRS, and this Eklavya schools are on the par with Navodaya Vidyalaya and have special facilities for preserving local art and culture besides providing training in sports and development. So the Article 275 is the grants from the union to to some states, not for all states but for the some states. Next topic is Samvedna. So it stands for sensitizing action on mental health vulnerability through emotional development and necessary acceptance. So it is a toll-free helpline launched to provide psychosocial mental support for children affected during COVID-19 pandemic, and this service is available on a toll-free number from Monday to Saturday. And this telecounseling is provided to children under three categories: the children who are in quarantine, isolation, or COVID care centers, and the children who have COVID positive parents or family members and near ones, and the children who have lost their parents due to COVID-19 pandemic. Next topic is Mission COVID Suraksha. So it is India's targeted effort to enable the development of indigenous, affordable, and accessible vaccines for the country and will complement the ongoing mission of Atmanirbhar Bharat. And the center has announced this package under third economic stimulus. So the mission, with its end-to-end focus from pre-clinical development through clinical development and manufacturing and regulatory facilitation for deployment, and would consolidate all available funded resources towards the accelerated product development. So the phase 1 of the mission has been allotted 900 crore for a period of 12 months, and the grant will be provided to the Department of Biotechnology for research and development of Indian COVID-19 vaccines, and it will be led by the Department of Biotechnology and implemented by the dedicated Mission Implementation Unit at Biotechnology Research Assistance Council, that is BRAC, Biotechnology Industry Research Assistant Council. And the activities under National Biopharma Missions and India CEPI mission will provide complementary strength to the mission, and this is supporting the implementation of India CEPI mission, which is epidemic preparedness through rapid vaccine development, support of Indian vaccine development aligned with the global initiative of Coalition for Epidemic Preparedness Innovation. Thank you, class.